Hello guys, good evening. As it's Monday, so I'm back with my Forex weekly analysis. So first we'll be discussing about dollar index chart and then we'll move to individual currencies. And starting with dollar index chart, if you can see, finally market has broken that consolidation for which we were constantly following the daily chart, and market has closed below this moving average. You can clearly see this moving average itself tells it's all. This was a consolidation. I'll also show it on a daily time frame where we were following dollar index from some time now. See, this was the moving average. So the trend line also, if I had to draw, this was the resistance trend line which we were following. And this was the support trend line. Okay. Also, this moving average itself was indicating it as a very strong support level. Finally, it looks like it has broken that level. I mean, market is playing below that, and the breakout you can clearly see on the weekly time frame. So we'll do our proper weekly analysis this week. Candle has properly closed below the support area. So you can be on the sell side of dollar this week, and you can expect the dollar next target. If I'm on the sell side, I would expect it to touch this level again, 96 around, which is again the moving average and which was the previous support as well. If I go previous data, you can see that, right? So that would be my analysis for this week. But again, as it's Monday only, just wait for proper pullbacks, proper retracements to happen. Monday, generally the market settles. There's a possibility market can fall directly from here itself, but go to the smaller time frame, whatever the best pullback you can get, whatever the best entry you should get, you should wait for a proper pullback and then you should enter. Just don't be in a hurry to enter in the Monday itself just because it's looking bearish. Generally, Monday, it takes time for the market to settle down or do some pullbacks most of the times, but there's also a possibility it can fall down. Best thing is you can go to smaller time frames, like for example, after weekly, I go to 4 hourly time frame, and I can clearly see that 4 hourly is forming spinning tops or indecisive candles. Basically, a possibility of pullback is generating that it can do a pullback somewhere around till this moving average, till the breakout level around this level, and once I get a bearish candlestick confirmation is when I would look for an entry. So if I see the overall scenario as well, it's a similar trend line is following here also. So there is a possibility of pullback. Wait for that pullback. Keep checking 4 hourly closings. What I do for swing trading, and once the pullback is done, then I would look to sell further. But I'm clearly on the sell side for dollar index for this week. So I'll move back to my weekly chart again. Now, as dollar is bearish, so automatically gold having an inverse correlation, we should be on the buying side. Let me check gold chart as well. See, you can see also there's a rejection candle, though it's not a perfect placement of the candle. It should have been sticking out. It's on that. But again, if you see, it's formed at the support. This is the area where market is constantly taking a support on this area, and the candlestick is formed there. So definitely it has an impact. But again, the point is it has to break this resistance, which it is still hasn't broken. So this horizontal line, I would prefer once it breaks out, then I would buy, or I would buy at the support level. But as if dollar is bearish and if it continues to fall down, then definitely gold should also break out above this level. So it has a perfect correlation, bearish for dollar, bullish for gold. So, but don't buy gold at the current price. It is at the resistance. Wait for pullback. Either you should buy at this level or you should buy after the breakout and once the pullback happens. So that would be my analysis for gold. Now moving forward to individual currencies, and we'll come back to oil when we are talking about Canadian dollar. So Euro USD, as you can clearly see, it's a bullish body dominating candle close. Okay, and which dollar is clearly weak, so euro also generally is a inverse correlation. If dollar is weak, euro becomes very strong. So it has a very perfect correlation, and that definitely follows here. So this was the resistance in the dollar index. You can see the other way around. Here you can see a proper bullish breakout. So euro USD definitely is a buy, but definitely I won't buy at the current price. I wait for a proper pullback and then I would be buying. So generally, I avoid entering in the markets on Mondays because I wait for the market to do proper pullbacks, give proper pullback entries, aggressive entries, and then I prefer entering. So generally from Monday evenings, I start checking my 4-hourly closes. Like 2:30, I would check, and then from 6:30 onwards, I start checking, but I wait for a proper retracement to happen, pullback to happen, and then mostly Tuesdays I get entries, or Monday late night. So that is the same. So anyways, don't depend on the time factor, but once you get a proper entry, that's when you should enter in the market. Just don't be in a hurry. Now again with GPUSD also, I'll just remove this. GPUSD, if you notice, we have a proper bullish formation, candlestick confirmation, and the thing is, it's moving towards the resistance. So for GP, market is bullish, but the nearby resistance is there. Why I'm calling this as a nearby resistance? Also, you can draw a trend line. You would understand better. So this is the nearby resistance, which I can notice. Support turning into resistance, moving average coinciding. You can also draw the Fibonacci and check what level it is playing around. So from high to low. Okay, so it's around this level 61.50 to 61.8. Hold this level is acting as a very strong confluence area. So GP looks to go up, but till this price you can expect the upside move, which itself is a very strong good amount of movement, around more than 150 pips. So you can be on the buying side, but I would recommend wait for a proper pullback and then you can be on the buying side. In between Euro and GBP, because of dollar, both are looking bullish, but which is more bullish individually, that you would have to check, and that you can check by checking Euro GBP. Okay, see, Euro GBP weekly has a spinning top, which itself means both are equally strong. Okay, if it had a bullish body dominating candle like this, which would have clearly meant that Euro is more strong and GBP is less strong than Euro, right? But in this case, you can clearly see an indecisive candle, which clearly means that both are equally strong, Euro as well as GBP. Now, moving forward to New Zealand USD. So New Zealand USD, if you see, the candle has closed bullish, right? And but with New Zealand USD, I'm keeping in strong eye because of the setup, the entire breakout pullback setup which I have. And I discussed last time also, it's still playing around that area itself. Something like this, you can say. Right? There's a trend line, breakout, pullback, and currently it is at the pullback level. Market weekly candle hasn't closed above the pullback level. So if it would have closed above, then it would have been clearly bullish. Yes, the candle has closed bullish, but it has formed at the resistance. So New Zealand, I would be very careful, and I would see that what if it takes a resistance and next candle forms a bearish candlestick and it forms a bearish engulfing somewhere around that. So and you can also draw a Fibonacci to check that. I think it should be playing around 61.8. See, it's exactly at 61.8. So till the time this is not broken, see, it's not a good time to buy after seeing the bullish candlestick because it is at the resistance. It is not immediately to good time to sell because it is at the resistance. You can still sell, but you need to wait for a candlestick confirmation, at least in a lower time frame. But if I have to sell, I would sell New Zealand not against dollar. Okay, getting my point? Because dollar is also weak, like we discussed, and New Zealand is also looking like, if I check other New Zealand pairs, I would get an idea. Okay, before getting to that, let me check AUD USD also. It is here. So if I check AUD USD, it's a similar scene. It's the pattern where it is forming. It is forming at a very strong area, which is nothing but a breakout pullback area. Okay. Though the market had closed bullish, and after that market has went up also today morning itself. AUD and NZD moves early morning. So we have already seen a good amount of movement on Monday itself, Monday early morning when the market opened. So, but again, it is at the area where it can reject from here, both AUD as well as NCD. But we can check because there's a possibility the market has closed bullish because of dollar being weak, right? Getting my point? So that's what I'm we would have to figure out if AUD or New Zealand are weak in itself or not. Okay, so that's what you can check. So now moving forward to AUD NCD as a chart. So AUD NCD, yeah. So AUD's NCD, if you see, this was the weak close, okay, which was more like a rejection at the support. At the support, why I'm saying that? Because it's a proper breakout pullback setup, okay, and it's clearly indicating for buy. And market has already gone up also. Today AUD, I think was, there would be some fundamental on news or what, market has moved a lot. If I show you the smaller time frames, you can clearly figure out that. See, this is the morning movement. So it has already moved a lot. But anyways, if the movement is done, we can't do anything about it. But we know that it's on the buying side. So once we get a better entry to buy, we should be on the buying side of AUD. So AUD USD is a very good buy. Why? Because AUD is also bullish and USD is weak, right? Same goes with Euro USD, same goes with GBP USD. But with New Zealand USD, see, if AUD USD is looking so strong, which means AUD is strong, and New Zealand is comparatively weaker. Okay, so that's why if I check other New Zealand pairs, coming back to what we were discussing here, New Zealand is more like a spinning top, right? Let me delete. So Canadian dollar we would still have to discuss. So let's, apart from Canadian dollar, let's check GBP New Zealand. Okay, GBP New Zealand, if you see clearly, is at the support. Why I'm saying the support? Because of the trend line, right? So it's at the support, which clearly means GBP is more stronger. GBP NCD is again indicating for buy. GBP is more stronger. New Zealand is comparatively weaker. So New Zealand USD has formed a bullish candlestick because of dollar being weak. So that is a correlation what you have to understand. Like for again, Euro NCD, if I check, okay, Euro NCD, see the setup. It's a very beautiful breakout pullback setup. These are the setups which you should never miss out if you're a breakout pullback trader. So you can connect the setup. This makes more sense to me. So if you go back, the more data you connect, the better it is. See, right? So what I'm trying to tell you, it's a proper breakout pullback, though the candlesticks is a spinning top, but still the way the setup is formed, it's not, I mean, it's clearly indicating for a bullish, overall bullish setup. But you have to see, once you get a candlestick confirmation, if not in a weekly, at least in a smaller time frame, once you get a bullish candlestick confirmation, as it is acting as a support, you can be on the buying side. So here again, Euro strong, New Zealand comparatively weaker, right? So New Zealand is looking like, so that's why I said New Zealand USD is one pair which I would not buy, because New Zealand USD, they are not one strong, one weak pair. Like for example, GBP USD, GBP is strong in itself and USD is weak in itself. So if GBP goes up, GBP USD as a pair goes up. New Zealand goes down, GBP USD as a pair goes up, right? But in case of New Zealand USD, New Zealand is also weak, dollar is also weak, right? If New Zealand goes down, New Zealand USD will go down then, okay? If dollar goes down, then New Zealand USD will go up. So there's a possibility that market might be indecisive or might be sideways, or if one gains strength, then only the currency pair will gain strength. But that's why I would prefer, if I have to trade dollar, if I have to sell dollar, I would definitely prefer Euro USD. I would prefer GBP USD. I would prefer AUD USD. In between all three, what the maximum preference you have to give, you can check on the candlesticks here, right? Like for example, Euro, I would give the maximum preference because it's looking very strong. And also if I check Euro AUD as a setup, it is again nothing but a breakout pullback setup, and it is at the pullback range, right? So between Euro AUD also, I'll give more preference to Euro, right? In between GBP AUD, again, I would give more preference to GBP because it has reached at a very strong support, and we again have a setup here, right? So though candlestick confirmation is not there here properly, there was a bearish candlestick, but it has reached the support. So there's no point of selling, rather waiting for an entry to buy. I hope you guys are not getting confused. You are getting my point. So if in terms of strong pairs, I have Euro, I have GBP, I have AUD, okay, but out of which the strongest looks like is Euro. So if Euro is strong, then CHF, Euro and CHF has a positive correlation, okay. So if you check USD CHF, such a strong bearish close, right? And it's clearly indicating for sell. So CHF also looks on the buy side. So Euro will be bullish, CHF will be bullish, okay, and we are bullish for GBP, and then fourth comes is we are bullish for AUD as well, okay. So now moving forward with the next pair, which is USD JPY. Then last we'll come to USD CAD. Okay, USD JPY weekly candle, if you see, it's an indecisive candle. Despite of dollar having a very strong bearish close, why do you think JPY did not have a bearish close, right? If dollar would have fallen, USD JPY should have closed like a strong bearish body dominating candle, correct? But it didn't happen because JPY was also equally weak. So that's what happened. So in here, JPY is also looking like a sell. So Euro JPY becomes a good buy. Euro strong, JPY sell, right? See the candlestick confirmation. Before seeing itself, you would have an idea. Like GP buy, JPY sell, GP JPY should be bullish. See, but if we check AUD JPY, both are on the sell side. But JPY looks if is more weaker than AUD JPY will also indicate for a buy. See, which means JPY is very weak. It's weak like the way dollar is weak, right? So AUD, JPY, dollar all are on the weak side, but JPY and dollar are the highest priority. Then comes, sorry, not AUD, JPY. AUD we are on the bullish side. Sorry, New Zealand JPY. So New Zealand JPY is also close bullish, right? But overall setup, what we have to see where it's forming, because it's taking a resistance here, we have to say if there's any breakout pullback setup. There is a very strong level here. If I zoom out, I can clearly see that. See, this is the level where the market is playing around. Okay. So if I go up, right, it is still there. Like you have to adjust. It's a zone what I'm forming. Because of the moving average, I'm shifting it a little up. So basically what I'm trying to say, the candle has closed bullish, but New Zealand has a possibility that it can fall. It can fall very strongly if it's not breaking out, okay? Then otherwise it's at a very strong resistance, okay? So New Zealand weak, JPY weak, dollar weak. On the buying side, we have Euro, CHF, GBP and AUD. These are all bullish pairs. Now we are left with Canadian dollar, but before discussing Canadian, we have oil chart. So oil is clearly was going up, okay, but just now it has taken a resistance. Also, best thing would be to draw a Fibonacci and check what level of retracement it has done, okay. So it has done a pullback around 50%, okay, and it's playing around above 50% but below 61.8. That there's a still possibility market can go up till here, okay, or it can fall from here itself, because this moving average is acting as a very strong resistance. Let me check if there's any trend line here coinciding, then it will become a very strong level, okay. So if I have to notice, what I can figure out here is there looks like that there could be a trend lines resistance formation here, see, right? So this is the resistance which and eventually became a support, right? And then again it is at the resistance. What I'm trying to say that there is a possibility, another trend line also what I can see is will be coinciding with 61.8, right? There are two trend lines. So which one, if this one breaks, then the other one would be more powerful. Like you, if this breaks, then you can expect the resistance somewhere around here. But till the time this is not breaking, what if market falls down from here? Then Canadian dollar would also become weak. So you can check with USD CAD as well. So USD CAD, if you see, it's a very strong bearish body dominating candle. Again, dollar weak. And Canadian dollar would have been strong or would have been neutral. But current situation where the market is just now, it looks like it can take a support here because the level which it is You can draw a horizontal trend line itself. It has reached the support level. From here, market can take a support. So there could be a possibility if Canadian dollar becomes more weak, then USD CAD can go up, right? So there is a possibility that Canadian dollar could be on the weaker side because it is currently at the support. And also oil is also at the resistance. So Canadian oil can fall. If oil falls, then Canadian dollar would also, you would see a USD CAD going up, basically Canadian dollar becoming weak. So if Canadian dollar is becoming weak, the best pair to correlate is Euro CAD, buy, right? But here Euro CAD you can see is a spinning top, okay, which means that last week Canadian dollar was also strong. This week there is a possibility Canadian dollar can take a support, take a resistance and fall further, because if it was weak last week also, then EuroCAD should have formed a bullish candlestick, right? Once I see EuroCAD, okay, let me check GBP CAD also. So what I can interpret is, like oil also went up last week, right? And USD CAD has fallen down, but it has fallen down till the support. So last week Canadian dollar was strong, but this week there's a possibility, like in case of New Zealand. New Zealand, Canadian are at a very decisive stage. If New Zealand is at a very strong resistance, there's a possibility that market can take a resistance and fall from there. And same is with Canadian dollar. So as it is at the support, first of all, USD CAD I would not give much preference to, because I have stronger pairs to trade with dollar, Euro USD, Euro USD, you can say USD CHF, GBP USD, AUD USD, all these are already there, right? Gold is there. So definitely I would not give much priority to USD CAD. Why? Because if Canadian dollar become weak, dollar is already weak, then USD CAD won't be a very good bet to trade on, okay? But if I have to trade, I can check GBP CAD. Okay. See, GBP CAD is also indecisive. Basically, GBP also is strong. Canadian dollar is also strong. But there's a possibility market can take a support. So Canadian dollar we can call basically is indecisive. If I check, you can say New Zealand CAD. Okay. That could be interesting because both has a possibility, both to become weak. Again, it's an indecisive candle. With AUD CAD, there was a rejection. Basically, AUD is looking to go up, but again, where the place where the previous candle was closed, it was again an indecisive candle. So Canadian dollar everywhere has formed an indecisive candle. So basically, we should see how oil reacts, if oil is taking a resistance there or not. If not, then Canadian dollar would also be bullish till 61.8. If it takes a resistance, then you can expect Canadian dollar to fall down. So basically, it looks indecisive. So overall analysis, what I would say is dollar looks weak, gold looks strong, okay? And against dollar, we're having an inverse correlation. Euro looks strong, CHF looks strong, GBP looks strong, AUD looks strong, right? And on the weaker side, we have New Zealand has a very strong possibility of becoming weak, okay? But it hasn't confirmed a bearish candlestick, but it has a possibility. So be very careful with New Zealand. So again, I would say that New Zealand is in a very indecisive phase, like Canadian dollar. It is at a very strong resistance. It has a possibility that market can turn from here, okay, but it hasn't confirmed with a candlestick confirmation. That's why I would put it in the indecisive category now, along with Canadian dollar. Now, on the very clear sell side, what we have is dollar. What we have is JPY. These two looks very weak. And yeah, I think I've covered all of it. 4 pairs. So I don't think I've missed anything. Canadian dollar, indecisive, New Zealand indecisive. Yeah, USD and JPY looks on the weaker side, and everything else remaining looks on the stronger side, remaining 4 currencies. So that's my analysis for this week. I hope this would be helpful, and I'm hoping this week should be very volatile. Good volatility should happen, because with the way the setups are formed, it looks like good setups are there, and dollar has also started showing momentum in the market. If you see from previous weeks, it has been in the range itself, and finally it has broken that range. So you can expect after some pullback somewhere around here area, you can expect some good fall to happen. So just don't get overexcited, don't get over greedy, just trade with proper risk management, and yeah, just make sure that your stop losses are there, your take profits are there, and trade with good risk to reward. And yeah, that's it. And yeah, sorry, before winding up, I'll just add USD INR also. Sorry, as per the request from one of our student. So USD INR also weekly time frame, if I check, so it is at a breakout pullback range. I think previously also I said the same thing, because it is still following that. So just now, the way the candle has closed, it is showing bearish. So it can fall down till somewhere around here, as we are bearish on dollar. So around this moving average, you can expect dollar to fall down. And once it reaches here, then you have to be careful. If it breaks below, the next support is this. Okay. If it does not break, then if it takes a support from here, then you can expect the market to go up. But for this week, you can expect after some pullback for this to fall up till here. Okay. So yeah, bearish for dollar. So it's simple. Okay. Yeah. Now I'll wind up my session. Have a good trading week. Thank you, guys.